Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. QUINSEAJ here, and I am so happy to come to you with my 5th installment of Reselling 101. And today we are going to be talking about leveling up, and really I'm going to be providing you with some questions to ask yourself if you have the mental capacity, time, space, all the things to really level up your business. We're going to talk about organization and also some things that I think are good investments into your business. So let's get started. All right, so the first question I want you to ask yourself is, do you have the time? Do you have the time to go out and source, to list? That's the biggest one. Sourcing and thrifting is so much fun, but when it gets to listing, people drop off a little bit, and by people, I totally mean myself. But if we don't list, we can't make money to go back to thrifting. So that is very important to continue doing. I would encourage you to see if posting 5 items a week for a month is realistic for you, and then you can kind of determine how much more you can do. And always be mindful, you might need to slow down on some weeks, which leads me to the next question is, do you have the space? I limit myself to 3 bins that are in the corner, and I am very mindful of how full my bins get. I actually did make enough room to get a 4th one, so I will be adding that, but that is because I am very comfortable with where I am and I have the room to increase. This might not be the case for everyone. I would really encourage you to be mindful of where you're keeping your items. If you do want to do the bin system like I do, if you have room to stack 1 bin, do you have room to stack vertically 3 or 4 bins? That's what I did when I first started reselling. I had them in a little corner and they were stacked 3 high. So now I have them like 2 together, and I can go higher if I wanted to. But I think I'll just stick to the 4 while I'm in this space and reselling time that I'm in now, because what's coming into my inventory and what's being sold, I feel like is balancing right now. If you are running out of space, I would encourage you to definitely look at what you have in your inventory. And like I shared in my last video, you can run a Poshmark inventory report and see how old your listings are. This is a great time to list and delist, maybe put a pause on sourcing, figure out what's going on with the inventory you have. Is it, do you have good quality photos? Is it priced right? Are the descriptions clear? Why do you think your items aren't selling? Or maybe it's just a slow time of the year, which happens too. So during these times, I would actually take items to a buy-sell trade store. Mine is Crossroads, that's closest to me. You might have like Plato's Closet, something like that. So this might be a good time to take those in and get some cash back and make room in your inventory to bring in fresh products. You can also run a sale online. Poshmark, you can send out like 20-30% off. You can mark your closet down on Depop, things like that, just to get some inventory running. And if I did all of that, I'm still totally tapped out, then I can't go sourcing. So those are kind of my limits to not get buried in clothing, basically. In talking about sourcing, is sourcing actually realistic for you? So I live very close to a Goodwill bins. I'm very fortunate, I know, and they're fire. It's so good. But since it's so close, I sometimes go too often, and then I have a money pile, which is a no-no for me. And I'll talk about what a money pile is later. Before you start sourcing, you need to ask yourself, 1, go back, do you have the space for it? And 2, are you actually earning anything? Are you making enough money to put back into your business and then to be able to source more items? And also, are you able to source inventory close enough to you for a high enough profit? Will this be sustainable in the long run, or will you need to drive an hour, 2 hours, make a whole day of it, and get a crap ton of inventory for you to sort, like post throughout the month? So that's another option too. Next, I want you to ask yourself, is this financially responsible? You need to keep track of your income and expenses. I am not an accountant. I just have a cash in, cash out Excel sheet. Other people, have this very much fine-tuned. I do not. I only want to know, I'm really only concerned about how much income is coming in versus how much I'm spending. I share this with you every week on my What Sold Sundays, and I'm very open with what I make online. Sorry, he's bugging his brother a little too much. But all I want to know is, am I making more than I'm spending every month? And if you want to see those What Sold Sunday videos, be sure to subscribe so you can see what I do sell. So you can see my hauls and then what I end up selling afterwards and how much I'm making. And then, do you have a goal? If you don't have a goal already for the amount of income you want, I would suggest trying it for a month, 2 months, and then seeing what's realistic. My goal right now, when I first started, again, it was just to do $100. I've definitely surpassed that for the month, and I will eventually be wanting to go back to earning $1,000 profit per month, which is realistic for me. I just gotta push it a little bit more. I'm only spending, maybe 2 hours a week on my reselling business right now, especially since I haven't been thrifting for like the past week or two. But maybe for you, $250 is good. $50 a week, I don't know, but what is your goal so you can kind of keep target of it week by week? And is this goal enough to reinvest in your business plus give you the profit that you want? I would also ask if it's worth considering cross-listing. I know that I share my cross-listing app with you, Vindu, most videos, and also Poshmark VA, which is the virtual assistant for Poshmark that automatically shares your closet. Would these tools help you get more income? And I think I'm gonna do a video on if Vindu is worth it and if cross-listing is worth it and how much you would need to make it worth it. So if you want to see that video, comment down below. I will say, if you feel like, yeah, I'm on a good track, I'm making the money I want to, everything's going really well, here are 4 things that I would invest into. And the first one is a label printer. Mine is right here, and it is a lifesaver. I know that Love to Shop 242, I'll put her channel down below. She was doing a printed, regular printer, sheet of paper, every shipment that she had, and she was shipping a lot, and I was like, oh my gosh, you need one of these. So she finally got the label printer too, and I know in her last video said how much she loves it. So if you go to her channel, say QUINSEAJ said hello. I think she's just so sweet. So the label printer, it is, it can get, I think mine was around 180, but it makes life so much easier. The stickers that I put on all of my packages, I also just created these on Canva and bought the pink labels on Amazon and printed these myself. So you can do some customization too, which I really like. The other thing that I think is a really good financial decision to get is our lights. I have shown these in my previous videos, but these lights, I can store them really easily and they just pop up, are good to go, and it really helps with your photos. I should probably have them on right now, but it is what it is. I'm already into the video. The third thing would just be a steamer, which you can pick up for probably less than $20 at Walmart, and it makes your clothes very nice, along with a fabric shaver, an electric one. I got mine off of Amazon. I can link everything down below, but it's amazing. It's rechargeable, and it just makes everything go by so much quicker and your clothes look a lot better. The last thing I want to talk about is your mental capacity. As a social worker, I feel like this is pretty ingrained in me and something that I definitely would like the community to talk more about, because reselling is amazing and it's so much fun, but it can definitely take a toll on your mental health too. And some things that I would like others to consider is this impacting your life in any way, like your actual job? If you are solely focused on reselling and not getting your like salary job or hourly job done, then you gotta rethink what's going on with reselling. Because if you're not in a place to quit your job, you need to prioritize your job and then reselling afterwards. Are you still spending time with friends and family, or are you just having reselling take over your entire life after work? Are you still working out? Are you still eating right? Or are you now so focused on this that you are letting your other health things slip away? And that is really what I've been more mindful on this go around, is making sure that I'm still, you know, making dinner, eating that, I'm working out, and really taking care of my mind. And with that, I have a couple rules that I have to follow, that I've made up for myself, that I need to do in order to keep my mental health in line. And that also includes staying organized and not letting my inventory take over my personal space, because when my personal space and my office is cluttered, my mind feels cluttered and I just can't do anything else. So every day, like, I have to clean up my office. I also like tomorrow, I'm going to be doing notes from my home office all day. So I need, you know, this space to be functional in multiple ways. So I need to clean up my space daily. My formal rules, I guess if you say, I cannot do any additional sourcing, thrifting, if I have a money pile. I used this term earlier. A lot of people use death pile. I use money pile, which is when you have a pile of clothes or inventory that is just sitting there and you have not listed it. I do not let myself get that far behind. I had 5 items in here that were from my own closet that I wanted to list. So even though those were from my own closet, I was not able to go thrifting until I posted those myself. So this also takes discipline, right? You can create as many rules as you want, but if you're not disciplined enough to stick with them, they're not going to do anything. So that's my number 1 rule, or one of my rules. My other goal now is I have to get my workout in before I go thrifting. And that's just to stay healthy, right? I don't work out to lose weight. I go work out because I love it and it's for my mental health, and my mental health is my number 1 priority. My 3rd rule is if my bins are overflowing, I need to make room for a new inventory. And if, you know, I already went over some of these, but if that is taking it to Crossroads, if that's, you know, taking a week off from listing and just delist and list, I can't allow my bins to overflow. Lastly, so as you're sourcing and everything, if you watch my haul videos, you will see that I tend to always pick up 1 or 2 or more items for myself as well. And I have a hard and fast rule. I cannot buy any more hangers that are not already in my closet. And if I don't have enough hangers to hang something, I have to get rid of something. So if I am at capacity with my hangers, right, I don't have anything free, I don't have any free hangers, and I bring in 3 t-shirts, 3 shirts, I have to get rid of 3 shirts. Right? So that I'm not going overboard, because it's very easy to do that. And these are just some items that help keep me stay organized, help me keep within my limitations, and has made a very big impact on how I can do this long term. So that is how I stay sane and organized. I have a very small space that I want to keep my inventory in, and if I were to get like buy these huge pallets, you know, mystery pallets, if I were just go thrifting every day, right, I would be buried in inventory, and that's not okay. I see people who have huge basements, right, and they're still buried in inventory. So it's all, there's one girl I watch who talks about her money pile or death pile all the time, and then in the same video goes thrifting. I'm like, no, you need a list right now. So I will stop my rant there. I thank you so much for watching this video and this series. I hope that you consider subscribing and liking this video if you got something out of it. And in tomorrow's video, we will be going thrifting together since I no longer have a money pile and I'm doing pretty good with my inventory. So I'll see you then. Bye.